Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV with Tor. Um, but anyway, welcome to Limsa Lominsa. Last time we got the mission from the Elder Seedseer in Gridania to be her envoy, and part of that mission is going to be finally going to the other two cities. Last time we left off, we left on the airship. This airship, and our first stop is in Limsa Lominsa. So the other thing the game doesn't really tell you is how do you get out of this back area, the ticket area. So let's continue on with our quest here, and either if we get the chance before the cutscene, we'll map out Limsa Lominsa. If not, we will do it after the cutscene. But the mini-map does show who we need to talk to, but what you want to do is go through this hallway, around the corner, and there you have who will let us out of this receiving area. Now, this is unique. You're only going to be back here for this particular quest that I know of. There is one other time that you will be in the receiving area of Gridania's air station. But right-click on this attendant. You must be the envoy from Gridania. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa, my lady. Admiral Blueflisswind awaits your arrival. And so here is where you usually are. Usually you will go up to the ticket agent here, right-click on them, and then they'll give you a list of cities that you can go to. Starting off, it's usually Ul'dah, Grandian, and Limsa Lominsa, but as you clear the other DLCs, other cities will be added. And usually, the Chocoporter and the airships are usually cheaper than using the teleport spell. So, right here we have a honor guard waiting for us. So let's continue. You're the Grandian Envoy? Welcome to Limsa Lominsa. The Admiral has been looking forward to your arrival. Please proceed to the Crow's Lift at your earliest convenience. It will take you to the Bulwark Hall. Once there, pray speak with Xanthael. He will be pleased to show you into the Admiral's command room on the bridge. Okay. So to leave the airship landing, right-click on Blamus, or however you say his name, and choose to go to the Bulwark Hall. The Drowning Wench, that is the Adventurers Guild in Limsa Lominsa. We will go there later, just to show it. But we want to go to the Bulwark Hall. And so, this is the Bulwark Hall. I recognize it from this great stone pillar. Through here is the Aethernet, where you usually see a bunch of people gather. And the lift we just came from is the lift on the right-hand side, if you're looking in from the Aethernet. And you'll see Grandfar lift attendant. The one to go to the other one is Xanthael Storm Sergeant, and usually you can't take this one unless you have a quest. But right now we don't necessarily have to continue with the main quest. Now, if you go the opposite way of the Aetherite Plaza, you'll reach the border towards the starting zone for Limsa Lominsa. But we'll take a brief pause here, and we'll be right back, and we'll map out the Aetherites for Limsa Lominsa. Okay, so starting out, Limsa Lominsa is a very popular area, or town. The Aetherite Plaza is usually full of people. But the first thing you want to do is go to the main Aetherite and right-click on it. And so now you can right-click on it, choose Aethernet, and you can get a list of the Aetherite set we need to attune to. And we only have 6. So the first one, it just continue on straight. And you'll commonly find events going on like that. So this is the market in Limsa Lominsa. You have a board at the end by the stone gate here, but you also have another one over here. You'll commonly, as in Gridania, you'll commonly find other players practicing their crafting over here. This here is an open area in between. Once you continue in here, you'll find another half the market, but this is our first ether shard that we need to attune to. And it's called Hawker's Alley. That is the market. We want to continue straight. There's one more down this hall we can get. And so, so those of you who started in Limsa Lominsa, this is this ether shard is right outside the Alchemist, not the Alchemist Guild. I think it's the Arcanist Guild. Yeah, Arcanist Guild. They eventually split into the Scholar and the Summoner. Yep, Arcanist Guild. But you want to be a caster type, this is one of the options you have here. And no more Aethernet shards down this hallway, but this is a ferry that goes to not directly to Ul'dah, but one of the zones that borders Ul'dah. So let's continue back to the Hawker's Alley ether shard. And I believe you want to go down this one because you want to go to the fishing guild. So that is the plaza that's in between the two halves of Hawker's Alley. We just left off a offshoot of that. And yes. Here we have the next Aetherite shard. It's right outside the Fisherman's Guild. We want to attune to it because this is a very useful ether shard to have, because right outside of it you have a ferry that goes to multiple locations. So now we have there's two areas. There's lower deck. There's Limsa Lominsa lower decks and Limsa Lominsa upper decks. So we have completed the lower deck. So let's right click on the ether shard and go back to the Aetherite Plaza. So from here, we can go back into the Bulwark Hall. And we can take the lift, but there is you can also use a stairwell that's just on the side here. And if we take that stairwell, this brings us to a hallway that if we go to the right, it'll bring us into the Drowning Wench. And this is the Adventurers Guild for Limsa Lominsa. And this person here would be the person you'd be speaking to. But if we simply go out, if we continue south here, we can get the first Aether Shard that is on the main, that is just off the main plaza on the upper level called the Aft Castle. That's this one here. So continue up the stairs. And so this is two crafting guilds. This is the Armor Guild and the Weaponsmith Guild. They are two different guilds, but they share the same place. Okay, so yeah, the Aft Castle. So the Aft Castle is the only one that is this way. When you go back towards the Drowning Wench. I think it's in the chef's area, right? Yeah. So after we, so that is the airship plaza and the adventure guild right back there. The first plaza you have, take this diagonal. This goes towards the, I think it's a chef's guild or the cooking guild. But there is a Aether Shard right outside that guild, right here. Culinarian's Guild. Okay, from the Aether Shard, continue back on the back the way we came, back to the plaza here, and you want to make a left. You want to continue north. It's been a while since I've done this. So this is the last one that we will need to get, and this is right outside the Marauder Guild. So you have attuned yourself to all the Aethernet Shards and Limsa Lominsa. The Zephyr Gate, the Tempest Gate, and the airship landing are now accessible as Aethernet destinations. So, as in Gridania, as we did in episode 2, we want to attune to all of the Aethernet shards in Limsa Lominsa. So this way we can better get to the different zones we need to do, or back to the airship landing. Now, the Marauders Guild is one of the tank classes. There's another one in Ul'dah, but if you want to join the Marauders Guild, you have to speak with this person, and then they will get you started. Marauders Guild is one of the ones that you can I believe it's one of the ones that you can join starting out. You'll start back at level 1, and you'll have to catch up. But instead of running back, let's take the Aethernet Shard back to the plaza, and let's continue with the main story. So, every now and again, you'll get a little disorganized. Which way are you facing? Just remember, the Bulwark Hall has that big pillar in the center. Hawker's Alley, or the market, is just an open hallway. That's so you can easily tell the two apart. And again, just go to the left, speak to Xanthiel, and he will take us up to see the Admiral. And if you started in Greetings, Madame, and welcome to our fair city. If you would permit me to examine the seal on the missive you carry. Yes, everything seems to be in order. My apologies. We cannot afford to be complacent, you understand. Please, step this way. Depending on the starting city you started in, you'll be on a diplomatic mission from that particular leader. We came from Gridania.
Enter. I did not expect the Grandian Envoy to be an adventurer. It speaks highly of your character that the Elder Seedseer would choose an outsider to represent her nation's interests. This way. I bid you welcome. I am Melvib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom. Now, what news from the Black Shroud?
A memorial service to honor the fallen. Seven hells. Has it been 5 years? 5 years since the Grandian Empire sought to wrest Eorzea from our grasp. It was an answer to the imperial threat that the city-states formed the Grand Companies and forged the Eorzean alliance anew. But Garlemald was not content to wager all on a simple contest of martial might. They had other plans. The Meteor Project. Legatus Nalvandarnus, hells take him, intend to cleanse our realm by snatching the lesser moon Delamud from the heavens and casting it down upon our heads. Desperate to prevent this lunatic scheme, we marched our forces to the Cartano Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial Legion in battle. Never have I seen a fight like the Battle of Cartano, and I have seen full many. But though we gave no quarter, spared not one ounce of effort, we could not prevent what followed. From inside the shell of Dalamud came a winged nightmare, a dragon, the size of a bloody city. 'Twas the elder primal Bahamut, bent on making an 8th hell of Eorzea. In the space of a breath, the legions of the Empire were set aflame, while our own armies fared little better. 'Twas as if the whole world was burning. Words cannot well describe the scene. And yet, by some miracle, a few among us were spared. Even as I steeled myself for death, a blinding white light enveloped me, robbing me of my senses. When I regained them, the dragon was gone, and the still smoldering land was warped beyond all knowing. Were Archon Louis Sois still with us, he would doubtless shed some light on these unfathomable happenings. Alas, he is not, and I fear we will want for his wisdom in the days to come. For while our nations struggle to recover from the devastation, the beastmen call forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put aside our differences and rebuild now, our foes will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperials crowd our borders, waiting to strike. Damn it all. We need champions to replace those we lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short, and none will save us. Save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Eorzea, and this memorial service may be the very thing to unite us. Aye, Connie Senna has the right of it. I accept her proposal. Your duty is done here, adventurer. I will see to it that the Elder Seedseer receives my reply. You travel next to Ul'dah, yes? Pray, give my regards to General Roban. Oh, and tell him the wolf has been sniffing around the stables. A private jest, and one in poor taste, but I would have you tell it all the same. Farewell, Lightbringer. May the navigator guide you on your journey. All right. Now, if we wanted to, we are free to do whatever we want right now, but let us, for completeness' sake, let's go to to Ul'dah. We want to go to the airship landing. So, first, we want to speak with the airship ticketeer. Greetings, madame. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Ul'dah. A pleasure to serve you again, madame. Are you ready to board the airship to Ul'dah? And again, just like in previous, you want to continue down the hallway and click on the effects right by the game plank. And we will proceed to Ul'dah. Okay, again, we are in the back area, the receiving area of the airship landing. Speak to arrivals attendants. Ah, you must be Envoy from Gridania. Welcome to Ul'dah, madame. The Flame General awaits your arrival. And then go ahead and speak with the Flame Honor Guard. Welcome to Ul'dah, madame. We have been expecting you. Flame General Roban will receive you in the fragrant chamber. Please, take the lift down to the husting strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. Okay, so turn left, and you'll see a stairwell here. And there's lift attendants. So let's go down to the Ruby Road Exchange. And let's map out Ul'dah. Okay, so there is two zones. There is the Steps of Nuld, and then there is another zone, the Steps of Thal. We're in the Steps of Nuld, and this is the Ruby Road Exchange. And commonly we decorate it for holidays if it's there. You don't want to cross the border. You want to stay in this zone. Continue down the... Okay, we didn't miss the Aethernet Shard. Yeah, continue down the strip here. down the stairs, and this is the main drag. So if we turn left, we will find the main ether shard for Ul'dah. It's hidden in this little underground sanctuary here. So continue back up the steps and continue back to the west. More likely southwest. That is the Hall of Flames. This is the military area for Ul'dah. You may be involved with that later on in the main quest line. But continue straight. And here is the next. So this goes to the Steps of Fall, but this is right outside the is it Gladiator? This is right outside the other tank class. I believe it's the Gladiator. But essentially, it's what eventually evolves into the Paladins. Here is the next shard we want to get. This is right outside the Black Mage, or Thaumaturge Guild. If we right-click on it, we can see we have the Thaumaturge's Guild, we have the main Aetherite Plaza, and the last one in this area, we need the Adventurer's Guild. So you want to continue north this time. You want to go past the Ruby Road, past the places we were before. So sprint's going to be a good idea here. So again, here's the Ruby Road Exchange. Just continue on to the east. And this here is the Adventurers Guild for Ul'dah. And right outside is the next shard. Okay, so now you want to cross into the Steps of Thal, so go ahead. Continue east. And we want to go to the next intersection. This is the market for Ul'dah. There is a board just past the first intersection, and they have another board in this intersection that they have too. Here you have the next one that you want to attune to. The Sapphire Avenue Exchange is what it's called. Okay, we don't have one at the gates. Okay. And from there, you want to go up the stairs. And you want to turn south. So at this southmost chamber, you have our next. Okay. So yeah, this is the Weaver's Guild. It's one I haven't really done. There's one more Yeah, the Miners Guild. Okay, so I'm going to leave the map open, but we want to turn south. And then turn west. And then out here, we have the Aethernet Shard for the Miners Guild. This is the other craft. This is one of the other crafting classes. Limsa has Fisherman, Gridania has Botanist, and Ul'dah has Mining. Okay. From there, you want to face north, and you want to head the opposite way from the Aethernet Shard. And this will take you to the next one, which is right outside the Goldsmith Guild. Okay. Believe that has... Oh, yes. We need to get the one outside the guild, the Tank Guild. Yeah, the Gladiators Guild. So you want to come up the stairs from the guild, from the Goldsmith Guild, and when you're in this landing here, you want to face north, and you want to go towards this stairwell going down. And this is the Aether Shard for the Gladiators Guild. And this is one of the other tanks. This is your typical sword and board, sword and shield. Eventually they turn into the Paladin. We will go through these doors, and this is the guild. So now we need to get the upstairs. So from the Aethernet Shard, go back up the stairs, go back to the landing we are at. And now we want to go upstairs to the Husting Strip. So just continue on. That is the Goldsmith Guild Aether right there. We're back at that landing here. We went down this one. You want to go up these stairs now. The northwest stairs. And this is the Husting Strip. This is a semicircle right above the plaza below. You can jump down if you want to. You will take damage. Now, if we're going to continue with the... Yeah, the Chamber of Rule. No. So, we want to go to the Chamber of Rule. We will continue, and we will go to this really fancy step. And actually, Bartholomew back there is the person we need to speak with to continue our quest here. But we need to finish off the Aethernet Shards. So that's the one we just got. You want to go up. Okay, so from the fancy stairwell here, you want to skip this hallway down, continue, go up these stairs and through this door. Turn the corner, go upstairs, past these guys. This will take you to the Alchemist Guild and the next Aether Shard. You have attuned yourself to all the Aethernet Shards in Ul'dah. The Gate of Nald, the Gate of Thal, the Gate of the Sultana, and the airship landing are now accessible as Aethernet destinations. Now, Ul'dah can be a very confusing place, so if you So this is especially a city I would recommend mapping out all the Aethernet Shards to. So now we are free to continue the storyline. Right-click on the Ether Shard and choose the Chamber of Rule. It makes getting around this town a lot easier. And we want to go to the fancy stairwell. And if you're not interested in joining a free company, you'll get people who will send you requests all the time. Just very politely decline if you're not interested. But free companies are the basic are similar to guilds in other games. But right-click, speak to Bartholomew. The Grandian Envoy, I presume. Would you be so good as to allow me to inspect the missive you bear, madame? My thanks. Ah, yes, the seal of the Elder Seedseer. Please proceed.
Ah, a guest from Gridania. I thought I smelled leaf mold. I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Kane says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Ixal. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah. I am Rauban al-Din, General of the Immortal Flames. But you did not come all this way to trade formalities.
Cartoneau. I remember bloody Cartoneau. Do you know what happened that day, adventurer, when we took the field against the Garleans? So my counterparts have educated you. Oh, trust Meroweb to make light of our wolf problem. Women always did have a black sense of humor. Wolves are bloodthirsty beasts upon which one cannot turn one's back. There's only a matter of time before they bite. So it was with the Garleans 50 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use Magitech that they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by the legatus Solus Zos Galvus, they swiftly brought the other nations of Ilzabard to heel, and so the legatus became an emperor, and his republic an empire, and an empire which then set its sights upon Eorzea. But the conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing, and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders, and their commander, Legatus Gaius van Belsar, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us, and not only Ul'dah, but Gridania and Limsa Lominsa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm-divided adventurer, an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garlean stir, and the Admiral would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more. That much is clear. And if we are to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Con A will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with her grace myself. Very good, sir. The Elder Seedseer will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. And with that, we have wrapped up the quest line for the starting city, in our case, Gridania. I believe from here on out, the quest line from the 3 starting cities will combine into one. And Bartholomew has our next quest. So we're going to call it here. We will continue with the next quest, Call of the Sea, in the next episode. So thank you for watching, and have a great day, and stay tuned for more. We will continue on the next episode.